Thank you. No problem.
Andre, hello. It's been one of the most compelling features of the whole Premier League season, this race for the top four. Does it still have one or two twists and turns to go, do you think?
Yeah, well, for us, hopefully. Yeah, I've told you in the past that the only thing that doesn't change is that we have to do our job in the remaining two fixtures, and wait now this time for somebody to slip up. So at the moment we can only focus on ourselves and try to get this the most amount of points as possible, and then wait for something to happen for our rivals.
What's it been like coping with the intensity of it all week in, week out? Because there's been no let-up at all season, has there?
Yeah, I mean for us in particular, I mean for Chelsea probably they've played many more games than any other team. But we had we had a good run with the Europa League that finished earlier than we wanted. But we've kept our balance. Probably the results this time, a couple of draws have put us on the back foot. Lost a couple of points. Managed to jump back to winning ways against Man City, Southampton, and these two draws against Wigan and Chelsea in the last 4 games put us still in the frame and with the possibility. Obviously with different scenario than the one before we faced Chelsea, but with the same, we still have to do our job against Stoke and Sunderland to dream of that possibility.
How much satisfaction do you derive from those late goals in the last 3 games that have earned you crucial points?
Yeah, we've been getting it. I think the most times it happens to us, the more likely it's going to happen again. I think we are gaining on that confidence that we can solve it. Obviously, you don't want to leave it late. You want to gain that advantage early. But it's been happening to us. The players gained that extra confidence, and I think our energy levels were good and allow us to keep on pushing in the last minutes to get the results we want.
You've made some great strides this season. You've played some terrific stuff. And yet, if you don't make the top 4, is the season considered a failure?
Well, the objective was to do better than last season. I think every single club progresses in that direction. A couple of clubs will get their objectives, others won't. It won't be as different as any other season. Our objective was to be in that frame, so we are still within that possibility. And then we just have to judge on whatever happens.
On the last day of the season, everybody plays at the same time. But in this particular round, Chelsea play Saturday, you play Sunday, Arsenal play Tuesday.
Yeah.
Are there any advantages or disadvantages in there from your perspective?
Well, I think we just have to take it. We've played before and after. For us, or for me in particular, it makes no difference whatsoever. What I think is, in Wigan's case, ever an FA Cup final, they can go to Arsenal with the motivation from winning an FA Cup, an historic FA Cup, but which will probably lead into celebrations. So difficult as well. If they don't win, they will go with frustration, but probably focused on getting their most important objective, which is to stay in the Premier League. With Chelsea, with the Europa League final coming. And a couple of days after our game, that was very, very intense. They faced a difficult trip that is always going to Villa Park. Last home game for Villa, and anything can happen in all of the fixtures. And now we face a tough game, as although Stoke look in a more comfortable position now with the draw after the game against Sunderland, they still need a point to be mathematically safe.